Hello, comrades, and welcome back to Ushanka Show. Здравствуйте, дорогие товарищи. So today we got a little bit unusual video. I just want to show off my collection of LPs. Remember those things, long plays? This is actually what stuff I brought. It's my collection from Ukraine. And when I was there last August, I took some from home to home. So now I live in Michigan, right? So my brother, of course, doesn't listen to that stuff anymore. And the first item is Milli Vanilli All or Nothing album from early 90s. So this is the one issued in Soviet Union because you see there's Melodia. And this is in Russian, All or Nothing. Just a friendly reminder that my book American Diaries is available on Amazon.com or shoot me an email if you would like to have a signed copy. Thank you. Item number 2. Dire Straits, Love Over Gold. Some of these LPs, I think some of my friends, when they get rid of their long plays, they just like, hey dude, if you want it, keep it. So I took it. I'm not sure. I'm a big fan of Dire Straits, but I think I like their song Money for Nothing and Girls for Free. I'm trying to think, there's something like Omagama or something. But this album, you see, this is in Russian and English. And Telegraph, Private Investigation. That's not many songs at all. Wow, it's only 5 songs in the whole album. And this is Melodia. This is a biggest. It used to be, I think, like a biggest music label in the world, because it was the only one in the Soviet Union. And there's a little description about Dire Straits. Alright, next one. This is a Soviet rock band, heavy metal band, Black Coffee, Черный кофе, Вольному воля. I think it's their second album. They were really good. They were very popular. I mean, when they finally allowed some music to be played without government control, we had some good bands. So Черный кофе, it's kind of like Soviet Scorpions. And I believe it's their second album. It's from 1990. And of course, Black Coffee, Черный кофе, you probably can find it on YouTube now. And Вольному воля, I think it's a really good song out of this album. I don't know how they translate it, Life Never Waits, but it's not the correct translation. Anyway, so that Soviet heavy metal band, Black Coffee, Life Never Waits. My next LP, it's the kind of interesting. It's a compilation of 2 bands. One's called Nautilus Pompilius, or they call it Now for the short, and another one is Brigade S, Brigada S. I personally hate Brigada S. I never liked it. And I didn't want to buy this LP because, you know, it's like $3.50, I think, 3 rubles 50 kopecks to buy. Was this plast, we call them plastinka. In Russian, LP is plastinka, and the slang word was plast, also like a layer. But when I was considering, they played one of the songs from Nautilus Pompilius, which I loved, and it broke my will, and I ended up buying this LP. And the song is called Я хочу быть с тобой, I want to be with you. It's like a really romantic song. One of the powerful, strong songs they have is like anti-system was Mutual Guarantee, which is Круговая порука. And it's pretty much, they describe the situation in the Soviet Union in a song. So after Red Dawn, we had a pink sunset. It's pretty strong to say. That's how the Soviet Union went down. And they also said in that song, I believe it was that song, здесь мерилом работы считают усталость. We measure our effectiveness by how tired we are, which is totally truth. Once again, it's probably available on YouTube. But it's my favorite songs, and Я хочу быть с тобой и Круговая порука. And Brigada S, I never liked them. But as I said, they just played that song, and it made me buy this LP. Alright, this is another Soviet band, Novaya Kolleksия, new collection. Look at those cool jeans jackets, Varionka boiled jeans. This is electronic music. I like it a lot. I honestly don't remember all. I didn't listen for over 30 years, so I need to check it out. But look, I was quite organized back then. Like every LP I had actually a list and I put the numbers. So that was my LP number 14. So Novaya Kolleksия, and that's the names of the guys, Igor Kesля and Andrei Morgunov. And right here, new collection. So that's electronic music, no singing, pretty cool. I need to check it out to listen to it. I have a LP player here. And the price was 2 rubles 50 kopecks in 1989. I think Romantic Express was really good. I don't know how much you guys are familiar with French music, but this is a French composer, Didier Mourwani, Space Opera. Awesome, awesome electronic music. Awesome LP. 4 rubles. So this one is a licensed product, is almost double the price than Soviet bands. Once again, Melodia. This is, I got it from my friend because he wrote it by hand number. I made it nice and printed. It's probably also on YouTube. Nice music. And it goes back to 1987. Didier Mourwani. Okay, a lot of people probably would recognize this album, Paul McCartney, Flowers in the Dirt. It's not my LP. I got it from a friend because I never was a big fan of Beatles or McCartney. Melodia and EMI. Hopefully maybe one day these LPs will cost a lot of money because I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. So pretty much this is a straight licensed product. They even don't have a translation. Everything is in English. 4 rubles. And they manufactured that in 1989. Now check this out. Black Sabbath. And it's curiously, it's not my LP again. I never liked Black Sabbath. You see there's number 9. But this is album dated back to 1970, but it was published in the Soviet Union by Melodia 20 years later in 1990. Quite a few of my friends were quite heavy on the heavy metal and the rock music. I was quite picky and I never liked Black Sabbath, but I have the album. Anybody know this guy? Meat Loaf, Blind Before I Stop. I loved his song Execution Day. That's the first song on this album. It's kind of like a pop rock, I would say, I guess. So I have a description in Russian, explains about this guy, Meat Loaf, and then the list of his songs. Execution Day is the first one. I Will Do Anything for Love, I thought it was his song too, maybe not. But Execution Day, man, I remember that song. So 3.50, I believe. You have 3 rubles 50 cents. 50 cents, 50 kopecks from this LP. Another album by Black Sabbath, Live at Last. Now, this is interesting. This is the end of the Soviet Union because this is not Melodia music label. See right here it says Center Stasa Namina, Stas Namin Records. This is the guy, I believe Stas Namin is the guy who started Gorky Park, if you're familiar with that band, Moscow Calling. So this was done not by Melodia. So Melodia Monopoly is no more. And this is a separate recording studio, Stas Namin's studio, located in Moscow. And that's one of the first albums they published, Black Sabbath, Live It Last. Another album by Black Coffee, Chorny Coffee. Look at that heavy metal lettering. Love it. Melodia. I think this one is 1987. That's the very first album of theirs. This is when, after Perestroika, we had finally some music that didn't need to be approved by the Communist Special Committee. Anyway, this is the only rock concert I ever attended. It was by Black Coffee in Kiev. And I lost my voice. Had a lot of good time, but that's the only time I was at the concert is on Black Coffee in Kiev. And quite a few really good songs, my goodness. And look at their cool looking manager. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Liverpool. I have no idea about this album. It's definitely a friend of mine bought it. I'm totally not familiar with this band. Although maybe that Relax, Don't Do It, maybe that's Frankie Goes to Hollywood, but it's a different album. I had that one. This one I said I'm not familiar at all. It's Melodia, and it's licensed from Ireland. Manufactured 1986. Okay, so that's right after Gorbachev became a president. So here we go. Liverpool by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Okay, another one. This is actually quite an interesting situation. This is Paul McCartney, Press to Play album. But this is actually original. This is EMI Parlophone. I guess it's from England. Oh my goodness. No, it's not. Check this out. Made in India. So this is Indian LP that was purchased in Kiev. Not sure how that happened. I didn't buy it, but this is a Made in India LP of Paul McCartney. Night Flight to Venus. See, when you're Russian, you always struggle with V and W. Because in Russian language, you only have V. So I always say village or vodka instead of vodka and village. So anyways, it's a popular group from Germany, I believe. Bonnie M. Brown Girl in the Rain. Na 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 na. Still remember that. So this one is 3 rubles 50 cents from 1987. And this is a Melodia factory in Riga, Latvia. Another LP of my friend that I inherited. Master с петлей на шее. So it was the noose on your neck. This is heavy metal. It's one of the very first bands that started playing heavy metal in Soviet Union, Master. I'll try to post the links below this video so anybody's interested to experience it. Мы не хотим, Палачи. I think it's my favorite. Executioners, really good song. Стены против стен. Злость на злость. Солнце обожглось. Can't remember words, but 1989, 1990, 2 rubles 50 kopecks. Nice heavy metal from Soviet Union. And the pride of my collection, double album Pink Floyd, Delicate Sound of Thunder. 8 rubles, very expensive. EMI and Melodia from 1990. How cool is that? I need to fire up my Technics LP player and go for it. Listen all over that stuff. The interesting part about this album, a friend of mine, his father was a pilot at Antonov plane factory, and they actually used Antonov 124 to move Pink Floyd equipment for the concert in Soviet Union. And I think he got some trinkets and some souvenirs, but guy kept it. I never could convince him to share with me. Well, I showed you about 50% of my LP collection, and if you think this video was interesting, please let me know in comments. I will finish showing what I got. I will try to post the links to all the music, Soviet music at least, that's available on YouTube, so you guys can experience it. And as I said, if you think you want to learn more, I got a couple repeats. So some of them may be mine, some of them I inherited, but this is a good Alisa. Oh my goodness, Что лесничий. That's a good album. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you soon. До свидания. Goodbye. Look at these dragons. Yngwie Malmsteen trilogy. Hey, by the way, cool merch for cool comrades is available at the Ushanka store at teespring.com. And if you love my channel and would like to show your support, please click on the link below this video and become the patron of the Ushanka Show. For as little as $1, you can help us grow and create the new, interesting videos about the life in Soviet Union.